Good morning to everyone, including members of the media who are joining us through the social.
Make this carnival a special one at Spice Isle Jewelry. Get up to 40% off our collection of silver and gold jewelry with purchases above $115. Visit our 2 locations on Grenville Street, St. George's and Spiceland Mall Grand Dance and see our fine selection of traditional West Indian bangles, necklaces, earrings, rings and our unique handmade pieces. Step into Spice Isle Jewelry and shop in air-conditioned comfort with friendly, helpful and courteous staff. We also pay the most for scrap gold. Our repair service is second to none. Treat yourself or someone special with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry. Serving you since 1986. Call us on telephone number 440-3155 or 440-6648. Sale ends August 31st.
What's up, one and all? Welcome to Ride Along Live for today. It is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday on the ride. Love Thursdays. Riding, we gliding. Put on all your seatbelts. Akeem, how you doing, guys? As you come in, go ahead and share up the thing. Let's have a conversation now. Today is about a conversation. This is about me, you, and Janice having a conversation, a reaction conversation. So I'm putting up the number early, so you guys could, whenever all you're ready and ting, or you could join in the conversation. I ain't wasting no time. I have a guest. She's no stranger. She been here a long time. In fact, I don't even have to introduce her. They won't know who she is. There she go, right there. Janice. Just wait for them. Yeah. So Janice is live, guys. And today, again, it's a conversation. It's a conversation that we're going to have because, you know, when anything happen anywhere on the World Wide Web, on social media, whatever, Ride Along is a place where you go deep, where you get all the information. We go deep, and we analyze and we talk. And what's powerful about this is, guys, thousands of you guys get to participate in the conversation. This is not a one-way thing where I'm just speaking. You too are engaged and telling us what's on your mind, what's your reaction. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hey, how you doing? Guys, everybody share. Make sure everybody share. I'm telling everybody to share and I ain't even share yet. It's not good. Didi, how you doing? Big up yourself, Didi. Thank you so much. Who else? Marlene, how you doing? Thank you, Marlene. Margaret Neckles, how you doing? Big up yourself. Watching from Brooklyn. Yeah, big up the folks in Brooklyn. Hold on, let me share. I have a few more pages. You know, there are some people who, good friends of mine, Boy, if I ain't share to them, that friendship go end. Because they always say some of them, they don't get notification and why I ain't sending them notification. So just pardon me, guys. I have to do this because I value my friendship. Every friend that I have, I value them. I ain't want to start losing friends because they ain't get noticed. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Pick up yourself, Brenda. All right. Here. Two more pages, and we're done. Put it here. And put it right here. All right, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you're locked on as well. Big up St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So let's bring in my partner in crime for today. Again, she's no stranger to the ride. Hey, Janice!
Partner in crime. Wow.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're hiding my Christmas tree back there, because I tried to hide it by finding it showing up. I've gotten into the habit of not taking down my Christmas tree.
What? You don't take down your Christmas tree?
No. That's my thing about me. I don't see it until November, but I don't take it down.
Wow. Well, that's it. Oh my God, Janice. Does it make your carnival feel really weird when your Christmas tree is there? And
Nope.
okay.
It's a thing I always look forward to. So make sure you block off my Christmas tree properly.
Yeah, I'll block it out. Hold on.
Every time we do this, I sit right here. But most times, maybe my angle is wrong today. So
hold on. Janice, fit into that. I'll put your screen there for you. Fit into that screen.
Right.
Thank
Thank you.
you. That is
Yeah. There we
yeah.
back.
We blocking up everything. Nothing else matter. Nothing
Very
else
bad.
matter.
Right.
Yes. So
That's what we're
how
talking about.
you been, girl?
I'm good. It's that time of the year again. Checkups. I just had my annual medical, and I want to invite everyone out there. Remember the conversation that we always have: get yourselves checked, Junior.
Yes.
I don't care what we start to talk about or what we come to talk about.
That's right.
You know how near and dear this is to me.
Yes.
So, not just ladies, men. Prostate health is a big deal. Colon health is a big deal. Health in general is a big deal. We take our cars to the mechanic as soon as we hear a little sound or a little noise. But if we hear a little sound or a little noise in our body, we calling it gas and drink bush and hot water.
Yeah. Drink some hot water on that.
All you have to stop at that. Seriously. So this week, that's basically what I've been running around and doing. And everything, colon check, cholesterol check, blood pressure, blood sugar, the works. You know they go hard up here, Junior.
And
So
you know what I just say? You know, women get themselves checked out way more frequently than men. Like some men have to wait until the thing fall off before they go and check.
yeah, until the wheel has to fall off before a man admits, oh God, it hurting, I'm in pain. And oh God, baby, let me go with me. And listen, it's not I going by the doctor, baby, let me go with me by the doctor.
No,
Yes. Something had to fall off, a piece had to fall off.
yes. Now I am proud to say, Janice, I'm not one of these because I like to know I'm good. I like to know I'm good.
Very well. So
I like to know.
This is I'm just gauging it on my annual. This is the time when I get checked out, so I'm just inviting everybody.
Nice.
Go and get checked out. Get a blood panel done. They'll check for cholesterol. They'll check for blood pressure. They'll check for blood sugar. They check for everything. So get checked out. Let's go into 2023.
Yes.
Not just with a smile on we face and nice clothes on we back.
Yeah.
But in good health. Yeah. So
that's true.
Good evening to everybody, far and wide, near, loved ones and not so loved ones. Yeah. Welcome to the program.
All right, Johnny. So let's jump in head first.
Yeah, dive
into the thing. So earlier today, we saw a press conference by the NNP. We had Emmeline Pierre, MP Emmeline Pierre, and Cohen Modest Cohen. And well, before I say anything, before I give you my thoughts on it, I know you got a chance to watch it. What's your initial reaction in watching the press conference?
Initial reaction.
Head first, you know.
Initial reaction. The first thought that crossed my mind is, are these people for real? Ludicrous. A little shame. Those are the thoughts that crossed my mind as I kept looking at it. And you asked for my thoughts, and I know when you come to me, you come for honesty.
I want your honest thoughts.
Here's my thing. Before anyone of the group of NNP representatives can ask the current administration to justify anything, Mr. Bola started out by listing the years of representation that the people got from the two parliamentarians. So I would like, before they ask anybody to justify anything, Clarice Modest Cohen, could you please tell the people of St. Mark how they benefited from you? From your representation. Today, they were boasting that she's a six-time elected parliamentarian from St. Mark. Junior, if we're counting 6 5s, that's 30 years of representation. If we're saying that usually election calls a year before, 8 months before, we're breaking it down to about 24 years of representation. The people of St. Mark, if there's anybody on the live from St. Mark, please explain to me how you've benefited from a 6-time representative who stands here today asking this under 100-day administration to justify their actions. That's the thought that crossed my mind when the interview started, when the press conference started.
Okay.
Is there anybody? I'm not seeing. Where are my comments? I can't see the comments. But Junior, if you see anybody from St. Mark that can justify 6-time representative, what her contribution to your parish, not even the whole of Grenada, her contribution to your parish, then she can stand up and ask questions. If you can't, then she needs to take several seats.
Well, let me bring it into context again. Why I believe that I understand why the NNP had the New National Party. I understand why they had the press conference. All of this is happening in the backdrop of a controversy that been swirling in the blogosphere for the past week or so. And even yesterday, we dive head on when we interviewed Miss Daisy Hazard. She is the PRO for the union. So this is happening on the backdrop of a situation in Carriacou where 4 workers were fired, or not completely fired. Some of them was moved around and stuff like that. There was about 1 or 2 of them that was fired. So that I understand that the NNP had to say something, right? But here is and
say
guys,
what though?
Well, they had to say
what
something.
though?
They're the opposition. I mean, listen, it's politics. Which politician or which political party won't take advantage of an opportunity? I mean, yes, I understand. Why not?
Junior, Junior. I worked with, well, I'll call it the NDC administration after the 2008 election.
Uh-huh.
And when the 2013 election rolled around, I remember clearly. You know how I know I was fired? Let me tell you how I knew I was fired. Before I got a letter telling me that I was fired.
Mm.
It was 18 days. It might have been about 18 days, 14, between 14 and 18 days after the election. And the swearing in of the minister, the cabinet, was happening at the National Stadium. And some of my co-workers at that point, it was myself, Wendy Chateau, Peters, Betty and Lazarus, the likes of us. We were doing PR for the various ministries, Kevin Frederick, among others. And we were given assignments by the then head of GIS to cover various aspects. I remember I was responsible for doing field interviews, like after the minister, after the cabinet minister was sworn in, I was supposed to get reaction not just from the minister, but from the audience, the people present at the stadium. And we're getting ready. We're there. We're getting ready for the event to start, so everybody can go down in position. And we're all up in the press booth in the National Stadium. And Andre Donald walks in, looks at me and says, "Hey, Janice, what are you doing here? We fire you, no?"
What?
I swear to God on my departed mother. I swear on my child. And you know he don't have a small voice. And the room is full of journalists. I remember Sherma Wells being there. I remember Trevor Thwaites, deceased, being there. I remember Lou Smith being there. Everybody was there. It was the press booth because the event was about to start. And Andre Donald said to me, "Hey, Janice, what are you doing here? We have people that could do that work, you know. All you fired?" Mind you, some of my colleagues got their letters the Friday evening when they were leaving the ministry.
Right.
Saying that your service is no longer needed. Mind you, prior to that, the person who should have been seeking our interest, the CABSEC, gave us a letter about 6 months before election, letting us know that we are supposed to be prepared to demit office if the government changes. The government changed. We were not told our service is no longer required yet. Some of my co-workers got the letter, and so they knew they didn't have to show up. I did not get the letter, so I showed up to work that Sunday at the National Stadium. And Andre Donald broke it to me that they have people that could do PR. They don't need me because I worked through the last administration.
Wow.
Mind you, that was in 2013. 2013. Brandon was born July 21st, 2011. My child was less than 2 years old. So when I hear these ministers talking stupidness, no, they're not ministers. The
MPs.
Well, right. When I hear them talking stupidness about who's inhumane and who's treating who as if they're not human beings, I say, but wait, what are we talking about here? Who are we talking about here? Who exactly are we talking about? Brandon was born July 21st, 2011.
Right.
Election was in 2013. Oops, sorry. Election was in 2013. My child was less than 2 years old. Single parent. Renting an apartment in Tantine. Had to give up my apartment and move back to St. David's. I loved it, every moment of it. And my fervent prayer, because Junior, let me tell you something. You know, the first time I got a call to do a show in Grenada in the last more than 10 years was in 2022. Francis Urias Peters picked up the phone and said, Janice, I'm producing Calypso. I was tasked with producing Calypso. Are you on island? I would like you to be my MC. Prior to this, I was blacklisted from everything private and public. So when I hear this narrative right now about, listen, Junior, I did not leave Grenada by choice. I was forced out of Grenada.
Because it was
Work was
blacklisted.
scarce. Living was hard. And I was praying to God, Lord, please don't help me to be broke. Please help me not to be broke enough that I cannot buy milk for my child, that I had to go by the minister I would for work on them. That was my fervent prayer every day of my life. Don't make me broke enough that this man and them had to come and knock my window in the night. So when I hear this narrative, it hits close to home. And I know you didn't know any of this. When you called me today, you did not know any of this.
No.
But I can relate to an NNP government taking office and the wrath of an NNP government. I could relate to it. My child was not even 2 years old. We were given marching orders with 1 month's salary in lieu of notice. We were dismissed immediately. So tell Clarice and Emmeline, go there with that.
Wow.
And I'm not the only person. Some of my colleagues had mortgage. Some had children in secondary school, in college. Your job just fell away from the bottom of you. I was living hand to mouth. So when I hear the minister talking them crap, like it's something that's foreign to them, she needs to stop. They need to stop.
Yeah. I didn't even know. I didn't know any of this.
I know.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell you any of this. When you asked me if I saw the speech, I'm like, you know what? I didn't see it, but let me go look at it. And within 13 minutes, I called you back and I said, yes, I'm on. I will drop everything I'm doing because I want to speak on this. This is not a strange occurrence. This is not a phenomenon. NNP has done that and kept doing. Junior, I used to host the police. What police had? Police had a concert, a Christmas concert, police band concert. And there was one year they called me and said, Jay, well, we want you to, because I've hosted it on a couple occasions for them. So they called and said, get ready, we're planning, and we've just unanimously agreed that we'd want you to be our MC. And well, that time I'm living in Grenada, Junior, so I sent up here to get an outfit, I sent up here to get her shoes in America, because you know how things go. And I got my outfit and my shoes, and I'm ready for police band concert. And then they call me and said to me, Jay, we were told we can't use you. Calypso and these shows were told they can't use me. The organizers were told they can't use me because I'm opinionated. I guess I'm not an NNP. So I am no stranger to the long arm of NNP. I didn't leave Grenada by choice. I was forced to get a better life for my child and me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I want to play back a bit, guys. By the way, Janice, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. I really didn't know anything about that.
it wasn't me alone. I had co-workers with mortgage, with children in secondary school, with children in college, with babies. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I want to play back a bit of the speech earlier today. Minister Clarice Modest-Curwen and Emmeline Pierre, as they spoke a little bit about the firing and what occurred in Carriacou. Let's take a quick look and then we'll react to it. Take us out.
Want to welcome you to what we can refer to as the first press conference of the new National Party since the last election. For those who do not know me, my name is Roland Bola, and today I will operate in the capacity as the moderator for today's
I'll fast track it a bit.
Resource related to some of these persons. Sister Clarice.
All right, first up we have Sister Clarice Modest-Curwen.
Brother General Secretary, Brother Roland. Is Roland?
Roland.
Well, and good morning to my colleague, Sister Emmeline Pierre, and very, very, very pleasant good morning to my brothers and sisters of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. One people, one nation. We have come here this morning because we are concerned about the way that the present administration has handled matters in several areas with many of our citizens. And we are not here to talk about NNP or NDC or any other political philosophy. We are here to just talk about people, human beings who are citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And also the fact that the majority of persons who are affected are of low income, who depend on a regular monthly payment. Some people might even say it's hand to mouth. As they get the money, it has to go into food and basic necessities, paying bills, and so on. So these are the people who are more easily hurt, who may not have let's say a bank account that they can delve into, or who do not have the cloud that.
And Janice, any part you want us to interject, just stop, all right?
A job.
We're gonna go through any part you want to interject, just tell me stop.
But a job that they were dependent on, many of them, for several years. So it's not as though people just got a job just before June 23rd, which was elections, or very recently. These people have become used to expecting a salary. And I want to qualify here that we recognize that any new government will make changes. We respect that, and it is expected. It is primarily where the changes are made.
All right, I want to stop there because that is a fact, Janice. We all could agree and appreciate the fact that every new government would make changes because, of course, if the NDC is coming in, they want people around them that support the transformation agenda. And also with the NNP, they come in and they want people who support their agenda. So you have to give any incoming administration the right and ability to change around whoever they feel because they might fit, they would fit.
And Junior, in my opinion, they change in slow because you cannot have, as the precedent set by the NNP, you cannot have the face of your ministry being the last minister's public relations officers. They're moving real slow. I mean, I know they're diplomatic and thing,
Right.
But if you were selling an agenda 6 months ago, when did you transform to this one? How did you transform to this one? Were
Right.
they taken into a meeting and say, okay, this is what we're talking about now. This is the direction that the government is. PR officers are important.
Mhm.
It's one of the important things. It's the face, the public face of basically the ministry.
Right.
I find them moving slow. I mean, I feel for, let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
You have this, and this is no disrespect to the elderly, but there is this Beryl Isaac woman that retired about 20 years ago. I ain't trying to exaggerate. That is, I think, still head of the Public Service Commission in Grenada. How is that possible? Why are we sending our children to school to get an education, to get a master's degree, to get whatever? How are we taking these people back from retirement because they will hide your secrets? How is it that Miss Beryl lady, she could barely walk? I mean, I ain't trying to exaggerate here. I respect and love old people. But come on, man. The lady could barely walk to work. Go home and enjoy your retirement. Go home and enjoy your money. Spend time with your grandchildren if you have. Raise your great-grandchildren, hug them in the morning, and make some breakfast for them. You're going and sit down in Public Service Commission to do what? To make mischief. She also spoke about the now fired Labor Commissioner. Are you serious? You want me to go there? No. Don't send me there. Junior, don't send me there. Because we had young people who came through the Ministry of Labor, who went to St. George's University, got their degrees in everything they told them they were supposed to get a degree in, so they could move up the ladder. Meanwhile, the person that's in charge does not have the qualification, never had the qualification that these young people. Sparkle Grenade went to SGU with her degree. Chemo Telus, it was Chemo Telesford. What's Chemo Lord Bunji? What's Chemo last name? Hold on. Chemo was a young man. I think he got a law degree. Chemo worked in the Ministry of Labor as a labor officer. He went on and got the relevant qualification. And you know what they did? Even Reginald Lord, that is now acting Labor Commissioner. Adrian Thomas, Persuader, very qualified, even more qualified than the past Labor Commissioner. Right? So, Junior, let me tell you something. We have created this past administration was responsible for a lot of the educated people leaving our country, educated young people, because you take people out of retirement who would do your bidding without question, and you bring them into positions where they could oppress young people.
Right.
I ain't telling you they say. I've been there. I've seen it.
Most of them you're saying was more political appointees.
They what?
More so political appointees.
Junior, I don't care what a Beryl lady is. Go at your home. You need to rest. Let a young person who's come up through the system be in charge of the Public Service Commission. The Public Service Commission says that when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to retire. No? I'm not au fait very well with the public service laws. But I think I remember that the public service laws says that when you get to a certain years, you're supposed to retire. So how could the head of the Public Service Commission be taken out of retirement and brought back on contract again and again?
Mhm.
Aren't you breaching the same laws that you're...
Right. You got a point there. You got a point there. Let's run back the video again, Janice. Go deeper into the video. We're watching it together, guys. And feel free if you have a point to make, if anyone want to make an objection or whatever it is, an addition to the conversation, feel free to give us a call, 718-701-5720. Let's continue with the video.
Who are most hurt, and also the manner in which the changes have been made. So we have heard stories of 500 people sent home and numbers of persons, but since we do not have the details here.
All right, let me stop it there. Because
So let me ask you. She wants us to keep Tahiti on to continue building dams and reservoirs. Well, hear me ask, Bungie, I don't need nothing. Sorry.
I want to know where it is.
Sorry, not me. But I'm speaking, Junior, I'm speaking now like I'm a Grenadian. This is the angle it's coming from. So
Right.
this lady really wants us to keep on Tahiti, to continue building reservoirs and dams. Tahiti is a mechanic. Tahiti was one of the big fellas in the stadium, and after the stadium was completed, they moved on to reservoirs and dams. Tahiti up in Pomeroy in Ashen, then all over building reservoirs and dams.
Mhm.
And you have people who went to engineering school, who did construction, was it big word for it?
Janice, drink some water. Drink some water.
And mind my business, Junior, I could go in. If you don't want me, I can go in.
I just wanted to drink some water. But hear this. Why I stopped you there, right, Janice? No, the MP said about 500 people. She mentioned 500 people. And we had to clarify this yesterday, right? Yesterday, when we had Daisy Hazard on, because there is a voice note that's circulating that say over 500 people, and I thought that that's a lot, really and truly. I thought that was a lot, right? So when I had Daisy Hazard on yesterday, we confirmed that on record she said that there's 5 people in Carrick who wasn't moved from the 5. There was fired. About 2 was fired and 2 or 3 was moved, or whatever the case is. But it's not 500. There was 5 individuals.
Well, guess what? There will be more, because I hear you have one in the ministry that went into the bathroom and was talking to a certain ex-minister now, but she didn't know he had nobody else in the toilet, so she had her phone on speaker while she was doing what she was doing. So guess what? They call in to find out what going on over there. Hey, you have some people that don't like you, but they want to know everything that's going on with you. I'm trying to find out who it is. When I find out who it is, I will let all you know.
But Janice, but shouldn't appointments, regardless of the person's political affiliation, if the person is doing a good job, right? If the person is no square, what is it? Square.
Wrong hole.
Right, in wrong hole. If the person is doing a good job and you come in as a new administration and the person don't support you, do you see the need to change them?
There are some key areas where change must be made. There are some key areas where change must be made, Junior. Your permanent secretaries are responsible for the work and the staff of the ministry that you had.
Right.
They're the administrative arm.
Yes.
You cannot have somebody undermining you. Let me tell you something. Junior, we lived this already, Remember Tillman, Mr. Thomas, when he got into office, accountability and what's the other word again he liked?
Yeah, he was big for
transparency and accountability.
Yes.
Is what beat the NDC out of office.
Yeah.
Because he tried to hold on to people, hoping that they'd be ethical enough to understand that I got to keep my job. So I am going to work for the country. He did not realize, a lot of times they did not realize, and they gave people the benefit of the doubt. They did not realize that these people were undermining them left, right, and center.
Yes. Yes.
Let me tell you something. The Minister of Food and Fowl, the minister we affectionately call the Food and Fowl. Lord, I shouldn't be saying these things. No, I have to change the subject. Nobody don't know who
Go
this is.
Go ahead, Janice. Janice, let me show you. I have a new button. I have a new button right here, right? I have a new button. This is how we sung. Listen how it sounds. Hold on. Let me introduce you to this new button. Hold on, let me introduce you to this new button. We just got it installed, by the way. Just got it installed.
Anywho's.
Go ahead. Sit in it.
Anyways.
Sit in it. Sit in it. You didn't hear it? You didn't hear that? We have a sensor button here, so I can control if he go out or that. So go ahead, Janice. Speak.
Let me tell you something. There's this man, this lovable man up in the constituency that does call him the Minister of Fig and Fowl. Well, they used to. That man never lose a seat from the revolution come up. He come down in tongue in big politics. In big politics. He win his seat outright. The man is loved. You don't have something to eat, go by that man. He got you. Your children don't have thing to go to school. Grenville people can't be asking me that. I can't know all your business more than all you. Anyways, let me tell you something. That man is a saint. He may not be the most savvy politician. He may not have been the most savvy politician. Right? But he came in tongue in big politics. And they make him lose his seat the next time election rolled around. Because things that should have been done and things, the guidance he should have been given was not given. Right. For example, they tell him, don't give away them houses and them in Mount Rush, them Chinese house. Because they don't have water, they didn't have water, sewer, and maybe electricity. And we said to him, give away them houses. People want the houses enough. They're going to go to Grenlec. They're going to go to Nawassa. They're going to work out a deal. A plan is going to be worked out. And people are going to move into their house and be happy. Boom! They sit down on them house. Who give away them house? Who give away the houses? Without electricity, without sewer, and without water. And had the same people going and figuring it out. Not all advice is good advice. That's why you need somebody you trust, someone who has your agenda and their agenda aligned in key positions in your ministry.
All right.
A lot more people got to go.
Let's continue, guys. We're doing a review again. We're opening up the phone line. If you guys want to add your voice to the conversation, you could do so. The number that you call, 718-701-5720. Call in anytime. Continue with the press conference.
We would speak to what the facts that we know. And we know that there will be many that will come out over the next few days and weeks based on the trend that we're seeing. But we hope that this trend would cease and that the persons in authority would recognize their responsibility to the citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique and be fair and just and even empathetic towards our own people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So I just want to list a few of the areas of concerns. We have public servants who was sent home, summarily sent home with no notice at all. So this morning you are asked to clear your desk and to leave this afternoon. No for now. And we think that is unfair because most of them, if not all of them, are people who were in positions for a long time. We see
Darling, you know well.
Janice, hold on, Janice. Hold on. I have a call. Let's take that call. We have a call.
Darling, you know well.
We have a call on line. Hold on. We have a call on line. Caller, you like where you calling us from?
We calling from Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Go right ahead.
I want to laugh. I don't know why you're continuing to listen to this lady, but I, just like Janice, I've been following Grenada politics from the revolution to now. And your key position is position you don't compromise. And number two, she making herself be a politician because she's lying and continuously lying. And she's trying to get herself a space which is not needed. And secondly, when you dealing with politics, you know it's a matter of time. And your time will expire if your party expires, and that's a norm. So she's not supposed to even want to even exacerbate or carry on those type of interviews, knowing that you understand politics, no? When you get caught up, you are caught up simultaneously, and there's a matter of time. And as Janice said, they are doing it too slow. They could be undermined by trying to have accountability and equity. That cannot work, and credibility. And when you're doing things, sometimes you need to be unprofessional to get professional things done. This is my point of view, my personal point of view. It's not the view of this radio station.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. Janice, before we go back to it, you have another call. And then we'll go back to your response. Caller,
It's all of our opinions that matter now.
Yeah, it's all of our opinion. You're right. Caller, you like where you're calling us from?
Hi, I'm calling from Toronto.
Toronto in the house. How are you doing, Toronto?
I'm fine. And how are you doing right along?
We're good. We're doing great.
I'm so happy for this program this afternoon. I totally agree with Janice. I'm happy to hear Janice speaking like this. But right along, I must say, I understand NNP position, right?
Yeah.
I do understand the position. But what they have to do is to just sit down and wait and watch. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
They had how many years? I'm a Grenadian. I lived through all the eras, even before the revolution. And let me tell you something. What these people are doing, they can't help themselves. It's just aches and pains they have, and they can't handle it. You understand? Emmeline feels she would reign forever. What she's saying there today is nonsense, right? But we have to understand the licking wounds, right? But Grenadians have sense. That is why we give the mandate to someone else. And they have to understand it and accept it and live with it. There is nothing they can do.
Right.
Right? Emmeline can answer who paying the sanitation workers, sanitizing workers. She creates a whole entity within an entity. And she won't answer.
Yeah.
It's a she habit.
We will get on to that, because that was a question that was asked, a segment of the press conference.
I was waiting. Feria asked it, Bob asked it, and she can't answer it. Understand?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is investigation, independent investigation, and do what you need to do. Independent investigation.
They have to stop, and they will be stopped, and they are stopped. But NDC taking too long to clean up the place. It's time for this place to clean up. But God will grind slow and sure. And NDC bill is grinding slow and sure because God is in charge of it. Thank you, and good afternoon. Love the program. Keep it going, brother.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. No, I want to keep saying this, right? Because if it's bad for one, it's bad for the other. If NNP did it when NNP was in power, and they clean the slate, it is bad. And if NDC criticize it and come in power and do the same thing, I believe is just as bad. But what I don't like, right? What I don't like is the hypocrisy. There is a level of hypocrisy there, because it looks as if you're criticizing it, but based on what Janice is saying and what so much other people have been saying, they actually did the same thing, and all administration do the same thing. So I just find the hypocrisy of that statement, it's filled with hypocrisy. Janice, you could jump in there, and then we have a call. But Janice, you're
I want to talk about hypocrisy.
right.
Hypocrisy is telling what she called them today? The poor and vulnerable?
Vulnerable.
Telling the poor and vulnerable that to get a voucher for your child to go to school, they have to come to your political party office.
Right. He was under the Prime Minister's office. I don't like that.
Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It is moved and put into the hands of the Ministry of Education, where it belongs. And can you believe the audacity of these people? They have a problem with that too.
Right.
Are you Modi? What going on with them?
Yeah. I think that having that in the Prime Minister's ministry, it opens up, like, you have to be loyal. You have to be a loyalist.
I spoke to my friend Junior. She is a principal, and she said they got a call that the vouchers are available for their children. Call the parents and have the parents pick up the vouchers.
But they were saying, what if you have 3 kids?
The message was sent from the Ministry of Education to the principals, passed on to the teachers, passed on to the parents. Who has the children's best interest? Who knows what's going on with the children, and who is in the best position to help the children, because they deal with the children every day? How could that be a point of contention?
Yeah.
How could you have a problem with that?
Yeah. No, I have a problem. I have a fundamental problem, even at that point, when you have people having to go to the Prime Minister or to the Prime Minister's ministry for voucher.
Boy, them people come and beg them, Junior.
You cannot be on a yeah, you have to be a loyalist. Otherwise, if you're not a loyalist,
they like poor people come and beg them. It makes them feel oh so powerful and godlike.
Right.
That is the fundamental bottom line of this. It's the God concept. Come to me if you are weak and heavy laden, and I will give you a voucher. What tell them in and them moody?
Wow. We got a caller. Caller live, where you calling us from?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Junior.
Hey.
Hey, Junior. Good evening.
Hey, sir. Where you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Grenada.
Grenada, go ahead.
Yeah. This conference put on by NNP today is one of the most disgusting news conference I've ever heard in my life. I am a civil servant in the civil service for the past 30 years. And I can tell you, I have been one of the persons that over the past 20-something years of my 30 years plus in the public service, I have been victimized, sidelined, marginalized, and brought to economic suffocation. All because the NNP surrogates sat in their office and they were counting from the voters list who is NNP, who is NDC, and who is so and so. And I was deemed as an NDC. And so I was treated as an NDC. And could you imagine, I went and studied on 2 occasions on a master's degree,
never got a promotion, never got an increase in salary.
Are you
Right?
kidding
So
me?
when I hear Clarice and Emmeline come talking to them about equality and manner in which people are being treated, these people are real sorry people, because I cannot understand why they are asking for terms and conditions that they never were willing to give the same Grenadian people. How could you ask for what you are not? If these people live and created a situation in Grenada where they make Grenadians feel that they were ground gods and everything was dependent on them. And lastly, the whole issue of the parliamentary office, Modest talking about she ain't no walk out. Let me tell you something. Under the NNP, there was no distinction between parliamentary office and party office. Everything was organized and arranged from the party office. So when people go to get assistance, it is made to look as though it's NNP that is doing it.
Yeah.
So
And that is how they tie up people
let them
for
deal
years.
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Their time has gone. It's finished. They're dead and buried, and it's that.
All
And
right,
it's that. That's how they tie up people for years. People thinking they're the ones that's helping, not understanding that it's the government is for everyone. Junior, let me tell you something, man. Young women were exploited for windows and doors and 2x4 and galvanized because they thought they had to sleep with somebody to get it, not understanding that it's part of the safety net that you're entitled to in the country. Remember this lady that Cletus push her hand in she clothes because he go and show a piece of state land. State land is Cletus' son.
We broke that story. Yeah, I remember breaking that story.
You understand? And that's the concept they're working with from the head come down. It's not y'all own. It wasn't all your own. It belonged to the state where all Grenadians with navel string bury on the piece of rock, 133 square miles. It's not all you own. All you can't touch us for it. Moody, the whole lot of all you.
Let's go back to the press conference and go down the list.
2008, we see 2013, 2017, and there's a certain expectation of a continuation, at least for a period, or a reasonable notice, 1 month notice or 1 month's pay in lieu of notice. So at least they could have a little while to make adjustments. And one can just imagine the psychological impact on those people. You were expecting something, and all of a sudden, you don't have that. But also the financial, economic impact. How are you going to put food on the table? Some persons they make credit, so it's not just the individual who has been sent home; it's the individual's family, but also the creditors, persons who would have credited them, and especially this impacts on the small community, and that is why I am so passionate. About it. Persons who would have credited certain supplies, food supplies, whatever, to these people, now they do not know how they will get their notice. And I want to how we say, to go back a little bit. Not fast forward, but go back a little bit to a commitment that was made in the now present Prime Minister's words. In his campaign, he said, he made a statement that no one will be sent home with just cause. So I am wondering, what would be the just cause? No one will be sent home without just cause.
All right, so I want to go over this because I know we spoke about the contract workers. We beat up on that topic yesterday, right? And we picked up where is that thing, boy? Somebody sent it to me. The actual contract that was given to these employees and what it states and how someone could be fired. Right, here we go. I got it. There we go. So basically, the contract I was given was this served to be inform you that. Okay, hold on. Right. The Ministry of Carriacou Piti Martinique fair hire you temporary as an assistant community development officer under the Youth Sports Culture and Community Development Division, and following the condition, he gave the condition. And one of the condition, the fourth condition, is your appointment can be terminated at 1 month's notice in writing by either party. So if the government is gonna get rid of you, they'll give you a 1 month's notice. And if you want to leave, you have to give the government 1 month's notice. That is in their contract.
That is a template. That's a template, Junior. I have mine from 2013.
Oh, you have yours too. Okay. So these contracts was given, but the union is saying that by right, if this contract was given, was never renewed, and they continue to work for a number of years without having a contract. So by lieu of the law, they became permanent because they've been working for an extensive period of time.
Without a contract.
Without a contract. So in lieu of the law, and it also stated, right, the reason why some of these individuals, I have a list of 4 people, why they were terminated. 1, the ground for the dismissal are highly unproductive on the job, display a level of misconduct, display a high level of disrespect to the worker and member of the public, and involved in active political campaigning. Those were some of the reasons why these 4 was either removed or fired.
So that's not good enough grounds?
Well,
unproductivity?
Yes, if the person is unproductive, they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
Remember Prime Minister, I don't like to call him Prime Minister Mitchell because people might get the wrong impression that I'm talking about what he needs. Remember Prime Minister Deacon said, people will be employed, kept on.
Based on merit.
Based on merit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're unproductive, that is grounds for dismissal. If you were jumping up on the previous government stage and you was the MC and you was campaigning in your green jersey going from house to house, that wasn't part of your job description. So you can't say they forced you to go do that. But if you chose to do that, then you must understand the consequences if that administration did not win the election. Come on, Junior, that's common, basic. According to Talprey, not even low, anchor, common sense.
But you see, Janice, and that's my principle, right? I try to see things from that aspect. Now, at what point it started to become a brain drain? Every time a new administration come in, you just get rid of XYZ person, even if the person is productive. So it shouldn't be.
No, Junior, Junior, that is not what is being said.
Right. No, I just want to object.
Junior, this person may have a master's degree, but if they're not working and doing their job and handing up their projects and being productive at the job, then take your master's degree and go to another country.
Yes. If they're not productive,
you are not productive.
Yes. No,
but the people who are, for example, in key positions. For example, I like to use the permanent secretaries because they work directly with the minister, and they are like the liaison between the minister and the staff and everybody that gets the work done. If your permanent secretary doesn't align with your ideologies, you cannot fire a permanent secretary, but you can move them out of your office.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're being malicious. You were serving another administration last term. I don't feel comfortable with you serving my agenda this election. So that person will be transferred to another position. That is how man does get transferred from police force to prison commissioner and all that kind of thing, you know. You can't demote them. You can't touch their salary. But you have to find a place and put them to work. It is way better than what the last big man used to do. He used to put people in place with no desk, no chair. Ask the lady husband. That is now the minister.
With a button.
Frustration.
With a button, boy. Just
press the button. Press the button. Press the button, Junior. Press the button because I'm ready to bung away. Press the button, Junior. In fact, give me a button. I want to press it too.
Yeah. Start again. Say something again.
Press it. I want a button.
All right.
I want a button.
Yeah, I'll get a button too.
I want a button too, so I could press it when I have anything to say.
Let's listen to Emmeline Peer, MP Emmeline Peer. All right, listen.
I make notes.
And think about the process to take place during the vacation when the principal is on vacation. Now, we have absolutely, and let me just make that abundantly clear, we have absolutely no problem with that change, but we are saying the time that it was done, you could not have considered poor, vulnerable families. I would assume on recognizing the situation, persons were then told, apply online. And we are now at the 99th moment of school reopening, and parents are calling. They are flooding offices. They are calling the party office. I mean, no need to do that because there should be a system in place that says clearly what should happen. And I want to appeal, whether it's the Prime Minister's ministry, the Ministry of Education, that at least between today and Monday, some serious efforts can be made to reach out to parents, to guide, to support. There must be some form, there must be some way, because I'll tell you this, throughout Grenada, Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, there are parents who are depending on those vouchers to prepare the children to go back to school.
So that's what we were speaking about earlier, right? That's what we were speaking about earlier in regards to the vouchers and this voucher program previously in the Prime Minister's ministry. No, it was taken out
with help from social development. Who was the Minister of Social Development?
Delma, wasn't it?
Okay, so between the Prime Minister and between the Prime Minister office and the Ministry of Social Development, people have to come and line up to get a voucher. Now it's in the hands of the Ministry of Education, who has sent it to the principals of the various schools throughout the island. The principals have forwarded it to their teachers, who deal directly with the parents and the children. What could be wrong with this?
Yeah. I believe that the teacher would intimately know.
The teacher knows who had lunch today, Junior. The teacher taking out lunch out of she bag. That's why I could never forgive these people for not paying teachers their money. I will forever not like these people for not paying teachers their money. Junior, I grew up with my mother blind. You feel it's two teachers that mind me? Teacher paying bus for you, they minding you, they hugging you when you need a hug. There are people that come from homes where they don't get hugs, Junior. Teacher that does hug them. Teacher is your counselor. If you're going through a situation, you're sitting down after school and talk to the teacher and cry and walk out and they're feeling better. All you could, them don't like teachers. I have a problem with them.
Yeah. So I agree. And if anyone, I mean, and I want to put this out there, if anyone believes that the voucher program is better suited in the Prime Minister ministry, give us a call, make your point towards it. I firmly believe that it's better suited in the
Prime Minister Deacon is very busy. You don't have time for no voucher program. The Minister of Education have everything in place. You have a wheel already in place. Why are you trying to reinvent another wheel?
Right. Right. But I still want to get the input. So if you have if you guys believe that it's better suited under the Prime Minister Ministry, give us a call. So let's go forward again. Let's play back another piece.
There are many of them who lost their jobs, did not get a fortnight. And this compounds the problem because now they don't have a voucher. And some of them will tell you, I don't even know how to access it. If you don't want to include the constituency offices in the process as it was done before, we're saying that's fine, that's your prerogative as a new government. But we are saying find a way, create a way where persons would not be disadvantaged. And again, I want to emphasize our concern, the poor and vulnerable among us. I want to also make reference to a program that has been on hold immediately after the last general elections. And that is another program that was based in the Prime Minister's ministry, the Needy Assistance Program.
Okay, so that's the one
Again,
that we
I am emphasizing change is fine.
That's the one that we are speaking about. Hold on, let me jump to the phone. We have a caller, Janice. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from the same beautiful island called Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago, go ahead.
Ms. Janice, I have to congratulate you because I was born under the auspices of teachers rearing me because my mother left.
I don't understand.
I was one unfortunate barren child. And the teacher knows the children, he knows the parents who are in need, so they could do the right thing and giving the right families who need the vouchers and not who want. So, and a prime minister who is putting his cabinet and getting himself together, he have meetings to attend and different things.
What are you doing handing out voucher, John?
Yes, his ministry don't have that time. So collectively, it was done in the right way, the right people, the right ministry. And I say kudos and let us continue to grow Grenada better. I'm a grant. So I could understand and I'm passionate to Grenada because of what I am. So let us go, Junior. That lady, they're not ready for this thing. This thing is a dream that had not come through with them. They're licking wounds.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, caller. All right. Chance for you, but I'm already in. Look at the time. Look at the time.
If you want to go, press your button and go, Dread.
Listen, I'll do 10 minutes again, John. Should we do 10 minutes?
Play more comedy show. Play more.
All right. Let me play more.
That program also supports families who are unable to pay tuition fees for their children, whether it's TAMCC, whether it's SGU, other universities, what have you. And we notice that again, those have been placed on hold and persons are concerned. What is sad, if you told something, if you're given an update, it would also help. It would also help. And so we are extremely concerned that even with the putting of the programs on hold, no updates are coming. So if somebody is told, okay, now you can go there, or now you can call here, that may help, but no information is coming. The other program is transportation. So we are quite aware that there are many students, hundreds of students, for example, at St. George's University, because they have restarted. These students from very poor, vulnerable families, rural communities, these students have been given opportunities to access a tertiary level education. So some of these students are at SGU, St. George's University.
All right. Go ahead.
I put up my hand.
Yes. You put up your hand.
Junior, that is not the same woman that leave them children in China when COVID started. And them people in China that was studying could not figure out if they're going up, if they're going down, who is the representative, what going on. That's not the same person.
No. She's the Minister of Education. That would be the responsibility.
So the people that were studying in China had nothing to do with she?
No, because
and she administration.
That would be foreign affairs or tourism, somewhere around.
The people that were studying in China, school, they get scholarships to go in China. That wasn't them.
that's
Validly.
probably more foreign affairs and education, but more foreign affairs, because foreign affairs have to
But it
take care
wasn't
of
that
it.
administration. It was NDC that sent them people in China. And when COVID break out and everybody is bringing their children home, their students home, it was NDC that leave their students up there, right? Wasn't them they.
Well, it was foreign affairs responsibility, not education. It came through education, but foreign affairs would have the responsibility because it's in China.
Students, scholarships, foreign affairs, education, everybody has had a role to play. These students were in China and watching people drop down like flies from COVID-19 with the first bad 2020 COVID and did not know what to do. They're not the same people that trying to cast aspersions now.
Right. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going.
Junior somebody said behave yourself, it was education.
But guess what? If you cannot pay tuition from St. Patrick's to Grand Dance to True Blue, possibility is if you cannot pay tuition to get there, transportation, you would be denied that opportunity to continue your studies. So you cannot pay the tuition in some cases. The cycle of poverty in the family is depending on you to have it broken. And now you cannot leave St. Patrick's to go to SGU because you are having challenges with transportation support which you used to receive under the previous administration. We are saying, please review and please see if there's a way. There must be a way. There must be a way. Right. The other thing that I think it's critical, and as I see the note, let me insert that here. Now, we know that government has a responsibility to provide for parliamentary offices. Through the parliament, and I want to commend the parliament for the efforts that they have made thus far, the staff at the parliament. But what we notice, and this concerns us significantly, and it cannot be a move that should be encouraged. Persons who have needs, persons who have challenges, emergencies, when these persons go to government ministers, because they understand that there's a new government in place, they understand from us to wait because we don't know what is happening with those programs. We are waiting for answers as well. So they go to the government ministers and they ask, what is the status of this? Where are we with that? Is this going to be continuing? And I think it's really unfortunate that many of these persons are told, go to your parliamentary representative. Everyone knows, it's no secret, that at this point, parliamentary representatives who are not part of the government to date have not received any information as it relates to services for constituents.
You know what that reminds me of? And then we'll go to the call. I remember having the former opposition leader, Janice, what's your name again?
Who?
Former opposition leader.
Toby,
come home, Toby.
Toby.
Probably watching. Toby probably watching and saying, "Oh my God." Toby got a hard time as opposition leader.
Mm-hmm.
He was complaining that he didn't get resources for his office.
But Toby owe the country, so Toby ain't supposed to get nothing. Toby collects salary for 5 years that he didn't go to work.
Yeah, but he was complaining.
Toby ain't supposed to collect no money when he do decide to show up to work.
Yeah, but
Toby owe the country.
At the same
Let the record show that.
Toby was complaining. I remember Toby, if you're watching the show right now, call us. Toby probably watching and saying, Lord, watch that.
Yes, they hypocrite too much. But not only that, Junior, she's talking about the abrupt takeaway of programs to help the vulnerable. Remember, Junior, we used to be able to send two barrels at Christmas. for we people home.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
The free barrel program thing?
Mm. What happened?
That did they get rid of that? Who got rid of
How
that?
soon? How soon after they win?
I can't remember.
Boom.
Yeah? Immediately? I can't remember. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Somebody tell me smile.
I probably could see it and beat myself. I probably could and
No,
right?
Junior, say it.
I just did. I just did. But yeah, right? See? I just said I want to get I want to get Hold on, we have a caller, Janice. Hold on, we have a caller. Caller, live, we're calling us from. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, caller, how are
Hi.
you? Sorry for keeping you on hold for so long.
That's okay. I'm calling from Montreal.
Montreal, go right ahead.
I'm listening to the. Her name?
Hold on, caller. You're breaking up a bit. Take us off a speaker if you're on speaker and just hold the
Sorry.
phone.
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's
You're
much
hearing me now?
night and day.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. I don't know much. Oh my God. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Okay. I'm listening to Miss Janice, and she sounds so prominent in what she's saying, and I really understand what she's saying.
Yes.
But my part of the that is about the NNP is just shooting them own self in their foot.
Yeah.
And they will continue to shoot themselves in the foot because the things they keep in secret will come out in darkness. So now they're trying to blame somebody for their fault. As that's what I see, and that's what as I read and as I listen more of the program and listen more of you and other programs, this is what I'm getting from this. So the whole point is let them continue to talk. The truth is coming out.
Right.
The truth is coming, and the very sad people who because I have a nephew and a niece who went to that very place for help to go to study, and they refused them because they are part of the NDC, and this is not fair. Now my niece, she's 30 and she has a master's degree, and she's okay now. So let the NNP understand that not because they did not help them, that doesn't mean that they cannot go forward. And they're both going forward. And let them continue to shoot themselves in the foot. Let them continue to talk. Let them talk. Everything is coming out slowly, one by one. And the government I agree with them. Let them take their time. Because everything that happens, that good is going to happen, must take time.
Yeah.
And let them progress. And when things is coming out, then we're going to hear exactly who was doing what, where was doing what. Like, as far as I understand, many of the public workers, they go to work but never worked. How can that be? I don't understand that part. So that's my contribution.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you, Ms. Janice and Junior. Continue doing a good job.
You're very welcome, man. Junior, somebody said they hope the free barrel program come back. No. Barrel and cheap again. Hey, don't do that. I'm not advocating for the free barrel to come back. That is not the point. Junior, now it's about $600-700 to buy a barrel because let me show you. Hold on.
What you have? Oh, you get new. Oh, yeah. I thought you were showing us your new furniture.
I'll show you a barrel. You see, our COVID test and all to send out.
Wow. Nice.
So we're not advocating for the barrel program to come back because the barrel expensive to send it. So fight up.
Hold on. We have a caller on the line. Hold on. Let's go to this caller.
Take me off. I'm off my camera.
Hold on. The caller asked to disguise his voice. Hold on.
Oh, this guys.
Hello. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead. Speak. We're hearing you.
Yeah, hi. I just want to say that everything that
You're not on too slow. We can't hear what you say.
everything that Miss Janice is saying is incorrect and wrong, and she knows nothing what she's talking about. All right? That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Wow, that was abrupt.
What you say? I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, the person, they have a story to tell about you.
Okay. You don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. So why, if I don't know what I'm talking about, why this guy's voice? Junior, you're trying out your gadget. Junior, you're trying out all your gadgets on me. Don't try your gadget. Don't try out your sound effects on me.
You get catch. You get scared. Janice, you get
No,
scared. You get scared.
no, you can't. Don't try out your sound effects on me, man. If a caller had to say, if a caller had to put me on blast, you had to come here in the real voice. This is my real face. So remember Emanuela?
Hey,
This is not my real face. So
not your real face. So
you had to come in the real voice. But Junior,
yeah, Janice, you had to
no. Junior was just trying out his gadgets.
I'm talking to you.
Oh my God!
Janice,
Somebody
are you
asked him,
hearing me?
Zingo, is that you? No, that's
No,
hey.
that's me.
No. All
I am
enough
your
respect.
father.
Zingo is
I
my
am your
partner.
father.
Remember the big NDC motorcade?
Yeah.
I meet Zingo by the fish market, and I said, Zingo, spend some of Papa money on me. I want something to drink. Zingo said, girl, I don't walk with it, but come and get something to drink. He said, you have Papa on home secure in it.
To accept the
Zingo is my partner. Leave Zingo alone.
Let's take last call, final call, guys. Final call. Caller, you're the final caller. Hello?
Okay. Hey, Junior. Yes, Junior. I was listening for a while and everything regarding what's going on and all that.
Yes.
The problem I have in those, this cycle has to break. That when one party come in power, and that if the blue, if the Green Party in power, all the green people must survive, and the yellow must not survive. If the yellow come in, all the yellow must survive, and the green must not survive. This cycle has to be broken.
True.
It has to be broken. You can't run a country like that.
True.
Everybody has to eat. Everybody has to eat. Yes, some changes has to come about. Some people may lost their job, but you can't have having this revenge against NNP and against NDC. That has to stop if we want to move forward as a people. It has to stop. That cannot continue.
Yeah. I say for both sides.
That's all I have to say, man.
Yeah, thank you, caller. Appreciate you. Janice, we had to wrap up.
I totally agree with that. Huh?
Yeah.
But I continue to maintain that people have to be about country and not about party. If you are there pushing an NNP agenda, trying to undermine the work of the present administration, Houston, we have a problem. You got to go. There are some places that are key where your implementation needs to take place. You cannot have people who are aligned to another agenda in these positions. It's sad, but it's true. The face of the ministry is the public relations officer. The face of the ministry is the public relations officer. Would you make any of the known advocates of the NNP your PR officer in the PR officer sits with the minister, sits with the permanent secretary, sits with the staff. They're involved in everything.
They have to be aligned.
Must be aligned.
Yeah, there have to be some alignment between.
You must be aligned. The key positions. And let me tell you something. You have some people that just like politics, and they like who they like. But when they go to work, they work for the country, and that is okay. These people, you leave them, they work, and you know who they are. If we go into these ministries, we know who's pulling their weight and who's not, because they have not been pulling their weight for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we gonna do?
Okay, a call coming in.
What we
I'm
gonna
not
do?
going to take the call. We are already out of time.
Take the
Janet,
call, Junior. Junior,
oh,
take the
all
call.
right.
One more person, one
One more person. One more person ain't gonna hurt.
You have a caller.
One more person not gonna hurt.
Call.
Caller, you're live. You're the final caller. Make it brief.
Yes,
Oh,
I agree a lot with what Ms. Janice is saying.
Yes.
I agree with a lot with what Ms. Janice is saying. You have to make them go because they're undermining the present government. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
I didn't say make them go. I didn't say
that was-
make them go. I didn't say make
I
them
still make it
go.
short. I didn't say. You almost said 2 words, and that's it. I'm done. Finish.
I didn't make them. I didn't say make them go.
Janice. Now I tell you. You have to utilize the boss thing because next thing you get me in trouble. Where is it?
Junior, I have to do. Maybe I should get you to do this program with me. I have to do a program on agro processing. Maybe I should bring you on because I was planning to do it as one of my lives, but maybe we should do it together.
Sure.
For example, see this here?
Hold on. What is that? Yeah, sea salt, green beans, chip. Yeah, see that?
See, we have ways to grow the country, but because we didn't have thinking people in strategic positions, we kept coming up short. This is my snack, Junior.
Yeah.
It is an actual chips, like a chip.
That okra? Like okra?
Chip.
Okra?
No, this one is not okra, but there is okra. So I am planning to do a program to let farmers know. You go to the market and you didn't get all your okra sold. Go home. You it's not even processed because it's very, very healthy. There's no processing here. It's sea salt, some olive oil, and beans.
Oh, wow.
Green beans.
Wow.
And it's a nice crispy chips. It's you go to the market, you didn't get all your stuff sell. Yes, it's freeze dried.
Freeze dry, yeah.
It's freeze dried. So remember Prime Minister Deacon? I don't call it as you realize I don't call him Prime Minister Mitchell.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Deacon. Remember Prime Minister Deacon said we're going back to Sorry. Don't leave me here. Remember he said we're going back to the lands, right?
Yeah.
Right. So to the farmers who's out there and you have green beans, let's figure out some freeze drying, the ability to freeze dry. All it needs is a container or a bag, some labels, and instead of buying conkles from Trinidad,
get that?
Instead of buying chubby from Trinidad and Buster from Trinidad,
get that?
Let's go back to feeding the children from the land.
That's what
sea salt, green beans, chips. They have okra.
We're gonna do the program. That's a very good.
We go do a program. We go do a program because we have to give our farmers options. Everybody can make turnover and snow ice and be selling on the side of the road. We need options. We need to think outside of the box.
Yeah, that's a good
one. And with this young administration, we need to bring all our ideas together to finally we get people who will listen to us.
Right. Now I like the idea. Janice, put it out there.
Hold on. Let me show you something. Hold on. Don't watch my Christmas tree.
Somebody tell Janice I have to go to Costco, and Costco close at 8:30, right? And if I don't get to Costco, then I ain't have no food in my house. So just remember that. I think I have a caller again. Hold on. I think I have a caller.
What you do?
Hello.
Junior, go away.
Johnny, no, seriously, I have to run my Costco.
On the what we spice? All you see we spice?
Cinnamon, yeah. That growing Grenada, send to another country and sell back to Grenada.
And not only is it sold back to us, but it has a grinder on top. So you make your little cocktail.
Nice.
You just take off the cover, you grind a little bit into it. So the child have a gripe, some some orange peel tea,
Yeah.
or you're making some
But Janice,
chicken and you want to put.
you're giving out all your big $1 million ideas to everybody. No, everybody going
No,
to try that.
I want them to do it, Junior. I want our farmers. I have to figure out how to source some of these bottles and containers and stuff, and come down and see if we can do a pilot program in Grenada. Listen, man.
Yeah.
We used to be packaging and canning and making nectar and jams and jellies and thing, and then wraps. We go down the drain. One bad move.
Janice, I have to. What time Costco close? What time Costco close? 8:30, right?
Costco
Yeah.
closes at 10.
No, not the one by me. The one by me say 8:30.
Yeah, well, don't go there. What are you going there for?
Well, okay.
Is that a prisoner? 8:30.
Sure, I have shares there. Listen, Janice, you have to go. Thank you so much, as always. Janice, it's always a pleasure having you on. Always a pleasure having you on. We can
Jennifer
talk
Meyer says she does kale in her air dryer and put them in individual Ziploc bags for snacks and things. Junior, we have to go home and find a few young people and help them start a project.
Yeah. No, that's true, Janice. And with the idea
I find I go home, everybody's selling chicken and chips. Everybody's selling turnover and when they would process meat on top of it. What do you call it? Meat in a loaf. Everybody's selling that. We have vegetables, farms going back home with them. But don't talk about plantain and pineapple. Everything.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Everything in a bag.
Yeah, I have that. And
I'll show you all my snack this evening. Junior.
Yeah, I have
See?
that. No, I have that. You can sell on me. I have that. Yeah, lovely.
Everything.
And
We have
mango.
a nice young bunch of people that's willing to listen to us and willing to work with us.
Yeah.
Let me make things happen.
Mango and thing. Janice, we have to go. Costco.
Hey.
Think Costco.
Yeah,
Think
go
Costco.
on.
Think Costco.
Junior, you not hungry?
We God, tell you that my house empty.
You can live on your fat now.
My son sat in school. I had to buy a lot of stuff. I'm gonna buy.
Oh
a
yeah,
house.
yeah. I know how that goes.
We
Y'all
got
have a great evening. Be well, and I'm gonna say this again. Get your health checked. Go to your doctor. Ask him to do a blood panel for you. Check for your cholesterol. Check your mammogram. Your pap smear, fellas. Check the thing.
Yeah, check the thing. Yeah.
Check the thing. Check the prostate. Make sure everything working right. When you wake up in the morning, everybody should wake up together. Some shouldn't be waking up half an hour later.
You see you? That's why they install the button.
I want a button too.
You get next time. I got one. We'll vibe, Janice.
Y'all have a great evening. We catch up soon.
All right.
All right. Bye.
It's always a pleasure having Janice on, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being a part of our program. But seriously, I have to run to Costco. As a man, I ain't lying. I swear. But I gotta tell you before I leave that Ride Along is brought to you with the kind compliments of all of our great sponsors that we're going to play the ads for. But if you have a business and you want to advertise on Ride Along Live, this is what you do. You contact us, right? Contact us. Now, if you want to host your own program on Ride Along, we just started this initiative, guys. If you want to host your own program on Ride Along, we have time slots available where you could do your own thing, host your own program. We already have the audience. Get some great views when you host your program and Ride Along Live. Whether that's a church service or whether that's you doing a vlog, whatever it is, a pre-recorded or live program, we could do it right here, Ride Along Live. Contact us for more information of how we can make it happen. Of course, if you want to advertise and thing, you know, we go. I got to tell you about our big Oil Long brunch. Yeah, Ride Along support group Oil Long brunch is also back. Want to see you guys. That's Labor Day weekend. And Labor Day weekend, I'll give you guys more information on it. You could also pre-order your Oil Long and thing. Pre-order your Oil Long as we did before, like about right before the pandemic. We used to have it every month or so. So it's back. The Grenada shirt, guys. This is 360, Grenada 360 every day, not only during Independence. We successfully sold over 4,000 of these shirts, guys. Shirts, sweaters, even I have where's the mouse pad. We even have some mouse pads. real Grenada products. I have the ride along mouse pad. In fact, I'm gonna start giving away some of the ride along mouse pad, but we also have the Grenada mouse pads as well. We sold over 4,000 of it, and that means that people all over the world, from Dubai to Germany, everywhere, wearing these shirts, walking about the place and promoting Grenada. All right, so that's what happens when you wear these shirts. It's actually promoting Grenada all over the place. Everybody wearing it, man. Look online and see everybody wearing it. All the stars wearing it. Everybody have it. This Grenada shirts, t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, you name it, it's available. More information, you could also contact us. I gotta go, but I gotta run a quick ad, guys.
Canadian products are now only a mouse click away at GrenadaMarket.com. Nutmeg and guava jams, jellies and syrups, world famous nutmeg pain relief spray, black sage, soursop, lemongrass, and bois bande bar. Ordering is simple and friendly. All major credit cards accepted. Safe, secure shopping guaranteed. GrenadaMarket.com ships your product anywhere in the world. So when you can't go to the island, the products off the island can be sent to you. Just log on to www.grenadamarket.com and experience our quick delivery and homely service.
Make this carnival a special one at Spice Isle Jewelry. Get up to 40% off our collection of silver and gold jewelry with purchases above $115. Visit our 2 locations on Grenville Street, St. George's and Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse, and see our fine selection of traditional West Indian bangles, necklaces, earrings, rings, and our unique handmade pieces. Step into Spice Isle Jewelry and shop in air-conditioned comfort with friendly, helpful, and courteous staff. We also pay the most for scrap gold. Our repair service is second to none. Treat yourself or someone special with something special from Spice Isle Jewelry, serving you since 1986. Call us on telephone number 440-3155 or 440-6648. Sale ends August 31st.
Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. On behalf of all our production team here, our Senior Executive Producer Lois, JJ, moderator, we have Gail, Charles, Deanne Fraser, and Kibbs. Jacoby George taking care of our technical stuff on this end. Good night, and good night. Well, it's on the right along, so it's happening here.
Came over here. What does it mean? You know, I grew up in what I guess you call a typical family.
We break all the stories.